Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to another Football Manager 2018 simulation video. So today's video focus is going to be on the rest of the English Football League. Obviously in yesterday's episode we took a look at the Premier League, and in today's one we're taking a look at the Sky Bet Championship, League 1 and of course League 2. So first and foremost, take a look at the Championship League table. As you can see, Middlesbrough won the Championship. They get promoted to the Premier League alongside Hull, finished second place. They actually beat out Sunderland on goal difference only by 2, a very narrow margin. And then Sheffield Wednesday actually got promoted via the playoffs. Take a look who they beat. They beat Ipswich on penalties. So a very, very dramatic end of the season there for those two sides. At the bottom of the table, you're going to see Notts Forest, believe it or not, getting relegated. That's a big club dropping into League 1. Burton Albion, not a surprise there. And then Sheffield United returning to League 1, so 47 points. Above them, Barnsley, Birmingham and Bolton just avoiding the drop. In the playoffs, Sunderland finished 3rd, Villa 4th, Ipswich 5th, and then there's a load of teams in the middle of the table. So let's take a quick look at the player stats real quick. Any real standout players? First was Britt Assombalonga, the Congolese striker, scored 22 goals this season for Middlesbrough, obviously helped them on the way to becoming champions. Then Patrick Catrone, the 20-year-old, got 19 goals for Reading. So this is a player you can definitely keep a close eye on. He looks a very, very talented player. He's on loan for AC Milan right now, only valued at 5.25 million. He could be a very solid pickup for a Premier League side. Definitely. He's only 20 years old as well, which means he's going to continue to grow definitely as a player. Definitely want to keep an eye on. Steve Morrison got 18 goals, 34-year-old now, still banging them in. Then Robert Snodgrass, 16 goals. Chuba Akpalma, who is on loan from Arsenal to Burton, got himself a few goals this season, 15, but couldn't keep him in the Premier League. Sam Gallagher on loan for Southampton for Birmingham. They chipped him at 15 goals. Lee Gregory got 14, and David McGoldrick got 14 himself. Let's take a look at the assists while we're here. Johnny Hosen got 17. Wayne Woods of Brentford got 14. That's a player you should keep an eye on. He looks a very talented centre midfielder. He definitely do a job for someone in the Premier League. Then Cameron Brannigan got himself 13 assists, I should say, for Sunderland, another centre midfielder. Jed Wallace, he's been on the league a few years. Grant Ward, George Boyd, Craig Noon, and then Ruben Neves. Out of interest, where did Wolves finish? 8th place in the table, and that's a team that obviously has a lot of backing right now. They spent a lot of money in the summer, and they're actually one of the teams that I quietly picked to be a very solid Football Manager 2018 save. So if you think about picking a team in the Championship, this is definitely one of them I strongly recommend. Anyway, let's do the transfers real quick. Any major transfers? Jared Bowen went from Hull City to LA Galaxy for 9.25 million. So big money going out of the Championship. And he doesn't look that good of a player, to be honest with you, either. Surprised LA Galaxy had that kind of money to spend on him. Jordan Marvey went from Villa to Olympique Marseille. Left back, pretty okay, pretty solid left back. Still probably spent too much at 7.25. Other transfers going out. A lot of transfers going out of the league, as you can see. Danny Bath went to Burnley in the Premier League. Rudy Jess went from Middlesbrough to TSK Moscow. A little bit of a change of scenery for Rudy. He actually did pretty well for them, though. Got 8 goals in 18 appearances, so he reacted well there. Tom Kearney and Sessignon went from Fulham to Tigres and Brighton respectively. And here's the biggest transfer coming into the league, and that was Craig Forsyth. He actually just went laterally. Derby to Hull, £4.3 million, the left back. So not much really in terms of players coming into the league. Take a look at management movements just out of interest. I'm not going to go through all these individually. Just pick some of the interesting ones. Bruce was removed as manager of Villa. Pardew took his place. At Birmingham, Lee Carsley was taken over by Walter Zenga. And then, Steve Cotterill was manager now, I guess? Question mark? No, Walter Zenga took over the club now, and Steve Cotterill was replaced early on. So never mind. Ignore me completely. Steve Cotter was in charge. He was fired. Poor league position. Lee Carsley took over, and then Walter Zenga got the full-time job. What else is down here? Anything of real interest? Not particularly. No, nothing really more of interest A couple of surprising names left the club, however. Darren Huckabee actually had a brief time as manager of Norwich here, as you can see, as caretaker manager twice this season. So anyway, you know what? Let's move on. Let's talk about League One now, after leading the Championship. So League One. So Oxford, as we can see, are going to be playing Championship football this season. They beat MK Dons on penalties. Again, another game decided by penalties. And they're joined by Blackburn and Portsmouth. Blackburn won the league. Not so great surprise there. They've got a lot of talent in this side. Paul Clement is actually manager of Blackburn Rovers. So that's interesting. So some interesting movement there. Pompey finished in second place, so they go back into the Championship, probably where they deserve to be. Then below them, obviously Oxford finished in third. They beat out MK Dons on penalties. Wigan are still in League One. They could not get promoted. They got 73 points this season. And relegated at the bottom, you got Bristol Rovers, Bradford City, Scunthorpe and Shrewsbury all drop in to the League Two. So let's look at the player stats real quick. Top goal scorer of the season. Where are we at? Top goal scorer was Will Grigg of Wigan. Not a surprise, really. 19 goals. Very talented striker, 26 years old, Northern Irish. Got 20 goals this season. He could definitely be a decent Championship striker. Then we have Paddy Madden, whoever that is, got himself 16 goals. Then we have Simon Cox, got himself 16 goals as well. He's been on the leagues for quite a few years. Then we have Jack Marriott, 23-year-old Peterborough striker, knocked in 15 goals for them. That's actually a pretty decent-looking player, to be honest with you. He's valued pretty cheap, $425,000. Definitely a project striker if you're interested in one. Then Lise Mouzet, who was on loan from Bournemouth, scored a few goals for Charlton this year. Got myself 15 to be precise. Then Bakayoko, Nketiah, I think that's how you pronounce it, at Southend, got himself 13, 18-year-old lad, obviously showing a bit of promise, getting a few goals in League One. Then we have Liam Mandeville, got himself 13. Look at assists real quick. Matt Grimes got himself the most assists alongside Coppinger. Matt Grimes, 22-year-old midfielder, definitely a player you should keep an eye on. James Coppinger has been in the league forever, 37 years old. Then Alex Gilby, 23-year-old for MK Dons, got himself quite a few assists. This actually kid looks really good, to be honest with you. Valued at 1.1 million. Who did he used to play for? Pretty much all low league teams, so definitely a player you could probably maybe develop into a solid rotation player in the Premier League over time. So transfers, let's do over transfers real quick. Any major transfers in the league? Not really, not a lot of money to go around. Blackpool sold Jay Spearman to Norwich, 850,000. John Welsh went from Preston to Wigan. John Welsh, a player that I've just signed in Championship Manager 2001-2002. Obviously, he's a fantastic holding midfielder in that game, and he made a move to Wigan, so that's a little bit of side interest for me. And also a shout out to a series you haven't seen before. Go check out that series; it's a lot of fun. It's 100% save. I'm on the end of season 2 now. Season 3 coming up just around the corner. So anyway, back to the task at hand. So League One management movement. Let's sort by teams real quick. Tony Mowbray was offered a new job. Kevin Phillips took over there, and then Kevin Phillips replaced by Paul Clement, who obviously was released from his job at Swansea. So that was kind of all the major moves. Kenny Jackett left Pompey. Chris Walder eventually took over the club, I guess, in his place. Yeah, all right. So anyway, moving on. Let's go talk quickly about League Two. So League Two, actually the playoff finals haven't happened yet, so we might have to skip forward one more day. But we can take a look at the league table, though, just out of interest. So league table, so Coventry were crowned champions. Not a great surprise there. Obviously a big club as far as this division goes. Take a look at their first team squad. This out of interest for me, really, because I have a FIFA 18 save. Another shout out. Bevan got in 19 goals, 12 assists for him. Good return for the veteran striker. Then we have Mark Minotti, 13 goals for him, the 26-year-old Scottish player. Peter Vincente, 10 goals, 16 assists, double-double for him. Attacking central midfielder, can also play right wing and left wing. Very versatile player, did very well for them this season. So, pleasing stuff to see Coventry City go back into League One. Luton were also promoted, as well as Colchester. Relegated, though, Accrington Stanley and Crewe Alexandra. Now, if I was actually going to apply for a job in this save, this is a team that I want to take over in the Vanarama National. Obviously, just because they have a very, very strong youth academy base, full of rich history, and probably some pretty good players still on board that's going to be with them next season. So, if I was going to pick a team to manage in the Vanarama National next season in this virtual simulation, simulation world, Crewe Alexandria will definitely be that team. So let's go take a look at the player stats real quick, and then have to skip forward one day just to see who gets promoted for the playoffs. Paul Anderson was the top assist, but top goal scorer was Danny Rose, getting himself 25 goals, the 24-year-old, scoring goals for fun at this level. Then Brian Graham got himself 21, Matt Godden 20, Stuart Bevan 19, Nando Raphael got himself 17, whoever he is, 34-year-old Angolan international. Tom Pope got 16. Jaden Stockley, namesake right there, 16 goals in 24 appearances. And then Elliot Lee got 15 in 23. So, not going to go over too much of this information here. Assist, Paul Anderson, I think he's a former Liverpool player, isn't he? I think he used to play Liverpool back in the day. Could be mistaken. Yep, he was a Liverpool player. Don't know why I remember that. Next, never played a game for them. So what we'll do now is we'll just skip quickly one more day ahead just to see who gets promoted out of League 2 into League 1. Alright, so here we are just one day later, and as we can see, Mansfield beat Cambridge 2-1, and they get promoted into the League 1. So, that pretty much wraps up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you got any suggestions in the future, what you want to see out of these simulations, please let me know in the comments below. Obviously, there are a lot of these kind of videos out there, but I just thought it'd be fun to do one for the channel, and obviously, this is a lot of fun to me. Football Manager is a great simulation product, and it's interesting to see what kind of results happen over time, because obviously, even though there are a lot of videos that are the same like this, obviously every simulation world that Football Manager creates is different every single time. So to me, that's actually kind of fascinating. I do enjoy watching other people's channels, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. So anyway, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to put a like on the video, and if you want to see more videos by me in the future, just hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.